Hey, Mr. Dawson, so this is the ADST product that we worked so hard on over the entire term. Start off, we got like a little basketball court over here. You know, it's pretty just standard. Next, I built the basketball court. Over here we have Finley's Church. It's very nice. Landon built like part of the interior. You can see. You got some bread. Anyways, when you go up here, this little spiral staircase, you're gonna find a clock tower with a bell. Over here we got a little park that I built. There's a statue of Jonah, because we love Jonah. There's a school bus over here. And a parking lot. I built the parking lot and the school bus too. I then built these little trees here. And now it's onto the inside. Over here we got just a classroom. Later on I'm probably just going to skip most of the classrooms because there's so many. And we got some little updates. Jonah versus Z15 at the All-Star team basketball. Sorry. Some sports equipment over there. You know. Over here we got the office, but as you can see, it's Kosky right there, because he's always in the office. Over here we got some little secretary people, and we got the counselor, in the counselor's office, of course. Over here we got the principal's office. His principal and she's looking at the Kosky records because, you know, he needs his own file because he's always in the office all the time. Over here we just got another classroom. You know, it's pretty standard. But to our right over here, we got some change rooms that Landon built. They are very, very nice. That's the boys' change room. The girls' change room is just the same thing but mirrored. Here's the boys' bathroom. What am I talking about? This is the gym. It's very nice, as you can see. There's a guy dunking on a piglin. But you might notice, the guy who's dunking on the piglin is actually lower accurate Jonah, who's a 4-time interdimensional MVP. Over here we got a little pool. This is PRMS. Connell helped out building the walls here. It's like one of the few things he actually did. You know, just like, yeah, down there was an exit. And there's just loads of classrooms over here. Loads. Yep, more classrooms. Over here, yeah, just more classrooms. But if you look over here, there's a janitor's closet. You know, you can see Janny, he's the janitor. There's a nice little mop there. If you go out, there's some like cleaning supplies and all that. You know, it's cobwebs all over because, yeah. And there's a fitness room. There's some treadmills. There's a bike. There's a bench press. And there's like a squat thing. And there's also a couple dumbbells here and there, you know. Over here, there's the electrical room. Yeah, it says danger, it says danger up there. But, because when you step on the pressure plate, okay, here's a boys' bathroom. You know, it's just like, it's pretty crammed, but like, yeah, there's some sinks, there's toilets, there's urinals, all that. Girls' bathroom, basically the same thing without the urinals. Next, I can see at the right there's an elevator, but we'll talk about that later. This is the staff room. Just a normal staff room. Got a little kitchen in the back. And like, this a big table for meetings. This is what's it called? The courtyard. There's a bunch of like, tables and all that. You know, there's a lunch menu. There's some cafeteria servers. There's an eagle. I don't know why there's an eagle, but there's an eagle. Inside what's it called? There's a freezer that Landon built. And also a kitchen. You know, there's some chefs. They're in hazmat suits because, like, the food isn't edible. And you can see there's this little soup up here with the drowning chef in a pufferfish soup. Okay. Alright, next, there's like loads of lockers in here because there's lots of students. Over here we got a little classroom going on. Yeah, just a couple classrooms actually. More lockers. There's some classrooms, lots of classrooms. I'm pretty sure you're tired of seeing those, so it's like, just move on to the special classrooms. Over here we have the science lab, we got some elements, we got some nice little volcanoes going on here. There's a couple desks, facing towards the blackboard. There's just like a bunch of science supplies here.
Hello? Do you guys have something for lunch? Kinda, yeah.
Over here there's like the wood shop, there's some sawmills, just like some wood, There's a wood shop. There's a little Home Depot van, or Home Depot truck. Landon loves this Home Depot truck. He built it himself. It's very nice. Over here, there's Mr. Dawson but uglier, I wonder what he says. He says, "You guys get extending for your spectacular school." Thank you, Mr. Dawson. I really appreciate that. It's like, back here is kind of just like a little gate going on. 19-foot line. Next, let's just like head on to the next special classroom. This hallway is just actually, over here is the courtyard, which is just like an outdoor study. Well, not really courtyard. It's just like an outdoor study area. So next special classroom, the computer lab. It's just like those computers. Next, we've got the band room. Landon built most of this. I just added a lectern, a blackboard, and a couple of instruments. Over here is the piano. And over here is the drum set. It's just like, let's go back to the elevator, which you saw a bit earlier. You can see over here, you can send it down and up. Basically the flag machine part for this, I could just watch a YouTube tutorial. But for like the mechanism to send it up and down, I had to think of it myself. It was like very precise. It took me like 5 hours of trial and error. Pretty happy about that. Next, upstairs, to our right here, we got some classrooms. Pretty standard. I think we're just gonna be done with showing classrooms now because we showed so many. Here's the boys' bathroom. It's probably one of the better bathrooms. It's got some sinks on this side. And then you got some urinals and a couple stalls. Oh. Okay, over here is the girls' bathroom. Yep, there's some sinks and some stalls. Pretty standard, once again. Over here, we have the library, which is one of the best parts of this project, I think. Because, there's just like a bunch of things. Just spruce design, books. And over here, we got a little guy holding a trident. I don't really know what this section is, but yeah. Over here we got just like loads of books. There's just like where the librarian sits. Just like the librarian's like workstation, I guess. And over here we have what's it called? Just like a little workstation, I guess, for the students. Next is the foods room. I built this. Yeah, it's very nice. We got a little section back here for like the people who are like giving the kids supplies. Next, over here, we got more classrooms. Yeah. That's basically just like the rest of the top floor. Because there's not much going on in this top floor. Yep. More rooms. And like that's basically it for the top floor. Not as exciting as the first one, but still pretty nice. Next, when we go outside, we'll see this like huge track. I built the track, Landon built the field. The field looks really good, by the way, Landon. There's a guy kicking a soccer ball. And there's a baseball field over here. Yeah. Me and Landon built this together. Yeah, it looks really good. There's loads of trees. But if you go over these trees and look inside, there's a little lake full of frogs that Landon built in a class. And it looks really good. And like, I don't really think anyone was going to see it, so we might as well show it off in the video. So, over here, there's putting green. There's golf storage over here. You know, there's some golf clubs, a little kitchen if you want to eat something. Upstairs, actually, I'll just not show the upstairs. It's like, I don't know. Over here we have the driving range. Finley actually built this. Finley built the golf storage too, I think I already said. I don't know. It only goes up to 100 yards because if you want any, like, Minecraft isn't entirely accurate, and, like, it would just look really weird if it was way longer. Over here, we've got our one-hole golf course. It's only one hole because we didn't have enough time to build more holes. But, like, you know, you're just me playing golf. I don't know where my arrow went. So I think I might just need to retire from, from golfing. Okay, next. If you go to the right here is the cart path Finley built. It's pretty nice. Got some lights here and there. Yeah, well, that's basically it. And Connell was supposed to build more, but he ended up just, like, not doing anything. Well, he built a couple holes, but they just didn't look too good, so he kind of got rid of them, you know? Okay, next. Oh, what are we gonna show off next? There's some bleachers over here across on the field. Me and Lynn built those. Over here we got like a nice forest. Landon built most of that. I helped like terraform this mountain, which you're gonna see soon. You know, it looks pretty nice. Next, flowers, a couple of these trees, you'll see a greenhouse. You know, it's got some vegetables and some plants. You know, hanging plant. Yeah. Now, if you go up this hill, you'll see a little parking lot over here. And that parking lot goes into the theater, which is most of the end. And I'd say it's like one of the best parts of this project. If we go inside, there's lots of seats. And if you go upstairs, well, there's more seats. There's also a control booth, which you can use to turn on and off the lights on like the entire building. Yeah. I'll just turn them back on now. And if you go down, you can see something on the stage. And you might recognize it from a certain movie, possibly the Minecraft movie. You know, it's like Chicken Jockey. Over here we got the boys' change room, sorry. Yeah, it's pretty nice, just some little changing spots. Over here is the girls, basically just like the same thing but mirrored. You know, there's a new exit coming soon. And here's this giant mirror that Landon built. It's very good. Landon built like almost all the theater. I just helped out building the roof a bit. Here's the green room. There's what's it called? There's a little kitchen, and there's this like a little spot to watch TV. Next to our right, we got 2 bathrooms. You know, there's like standard bathrooms that you've seen throughout this entire project. There's more like sinks and stalls. You know, and the boys just like sink stalls and urinals once again. Not that exciting. Well, that's basically most of our project. So that's what we've been doing for the past like 3 months. I'd say this project has been like mostly me and Landon. You know, Christian like did like all the classrooms on the bottom floor, other than the special classrooms. Connell did a couple of the classrooms on the top. Finley, for like a couple weeks, he was very helpful and built a lot of stuff. Like, you know. Yeah, it's just like, I think we did a really good job on this project. I hope we get extending. Yep, that's basically it. Alright, see ya.